Hello, and welcome to Relatively Crafty, a knitting podcast. I'm your host, Christy. I come to you from the Denver area of Colorado, where I live with my husband, Ron, our two daughters, Tatum and Delaney, our tuxedo kitty, Lilu, and our Podengo puppy, Sophie. Welcome. It is December 19th, I believe. Yes, we are almost at Christmas. It seems like this whole year, the days have been going super slow, but the months go so fast. So, while it seems like the year has lasted forever, December's almost over. So, I wanted to get in one more podcast before the end of the year. To be able to show you my final pair of Christmas socks that I got finished this year, to award my giveaway, and that kind of thing. I'm hoping that my video quality is a little bit better this time. I have upgraded my phone. I had been recording on an iPhone 8, and now I have the 12. So I'm hoping that will be better. That was kind of a little gift to myself for Black Friday. I ordered the 12. So we'll see how that goes. Um, yes, and I am also wearing my contacts today, which is something that I don't do often, but I just saw the eye doctor. She suggested that I try this new set of contacts, and that they might be a little bit better for me, and that I need to wear them for several days in a row in order to get a really good personal opinion of them. So that's what I am doing. So we'll see how that goes. And I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I look funky because I don't have, the glasses on my face. But I also don't have the glare from my lights. So there is that. Okay. So this is a knitting podcast, as I've mentioned every time. And I am going to get into the things that I finished since I podcast last. There are two pairs of socks and a hat. That's all that I finished this past couple of weeks. I got my final pair of Christmas socks done for 2020. I finished them about a week ago. I possibly could have done another pair, but I didn't want to. So I have 26 pairs. I've now finished 26 pairs of socks for Christmas. I have been wearing them every day this month. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen that I have posted a picture of them each day. And I've also done a story. It was the first time I've done an Instagram story. I'm such a Luddite when it comes to some of this social media stuff. So I posted a story, and then I saved them in a highlight. So hopefully you can see all 19 so far that are in the highlights. And those, I think, stay, whereas stories disappear every day. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so I did finish pair number 26. That is this gorgeous pair. This is ones that I think I had one finished when I podcast last time. So this is the Mineville Wool Project in Holly Jolly, I think. And I love, love, love the way these pulled. I just think they worked out so nicely. I love that they pulled differently on each sock. Part of that is a gauge thing. Part of that is the way that the yarn is dyed. But I think it looks great, and I'm super, super pleased with them. And since we are on the discussion of Christmas socks, I did announce a giveaway in my last podcast, talking about wanting people to tell me their favorite Christmas memory in order to win this skein of Mineville Wool Project. So it's the same yarn. It's a BFL sock, 100% BFL. This colorway is Sneaking Santa, and I thought it was really adorable. So I got a lot of comments, and I really, really enjoyed them, especially those that were international. I love international. I love other cultures' traditions and that kind of thing. I love learning about that kind of stuff. So it was neat to see all these different cultures and how folks celebrate Christmas and things that they do that's special to them. So I really appreciate that everybody took the time to write a comment, and I really enjoyed reading them. I didn't respond to all of them, but I did click the little love sign because I did really enjoy reading them. So I haven't done the drawing yet, but I'm going to do it while I'm editing this. So the winner is going to be right here. Just go ahead and send me a message on Ravelry if you would. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Messages through YouTube, they get lost. Like you don't get a really good notification that there's a message coming through. So if you send me a message through Ravelry, I'm Christy-Lael on Ravelry, and it is down below. Or you can send me one through Instagram as well. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm Christy-Lael without the dash on Instagram. Spelling for both of those will be down below. Just give me your address, and I will get this shipped out. It will probably get shipped out after Christmas because we are now at a point where there's not much time before Christmas. But if you are planning on making Christmas socks, you could make them for next year. So yeah, I will get that shipped out. Okay, the other sock FO I have, I'm really glad I got these finished. I finished the first one real quick, and then they sat and waited and waited and waited. I just couldn't seem to get up the gumption to start the second sock, which was funny because I really enjoyed knitting the first one. I knit the first one super fast because I had so much fun with it. For some reason, the second one just, I got stymied. So I did finally finish these. Look at how fun those pooled, huh? So this is Jelly Bean Yarns in the iridescent colorway. It looked gorgeous in the skein, it looked gorgeous in the cake, and it looks gorgeous knit into socks. So I really, really love how these turned out. These are with my normal sock recipe, a Turkish toe cast on, fish lips kiss heel, 1x1 ribbing with Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off, and they are done. So this is like the only pair of non-Christmas socks that I have knit in the past 8 months at least. I have not made that many socks this year. I think I'm under 25 pairs. I think I got like 22 or 23 pairs, which may seem like a lot if you're one who only knits 1 or 2 pairs a year, but in 2017, I think I knit 62 pairs of socks. So I've gone down quite a lot, but I've knit a lot of other things, so there's that. So yeah, so I finished that pair of socks, and then I have my hat. This is my final FO. This is the Lake Reed hat. Couldn't remember there for a minute. If you recall, in my last podcast, I had I bought this yarn. This is Dream in Color Classy, Dream in Color Smushy with cashmere, which is their fingering weight. I held it double. The colorway is called The Nights Grow Longer, I believe. And I held it double in order to get a DK weight yarn. And I started with the Irma hat, which looked really pretty knit up in this yarn, but it didn't fit right because I didn't check gauge. And so I ripped it out and started this hat. This is a Lake Reed hat. As I said, it's a very nice, fairly simple cable. And the pattern calls for just a long brim that you then fold over. I tacked it down. So it stays nice and warm on your ears. I really love the way it turned out. I've worn it several times already. I normally don't wear my hand knits until I podcast about them, but it's been cold here. There is, yeah, you can see outside. There's snow out there that's actually hung around for quite a long time. I think think there's a misconception that Denver gets a lot of snow and it's snowy all winter long, but that's not really true. We get a decent amount of snow, but it melts within a couple of days normally of when it's fallen. However, this snow has been out there for a while, and I'm really hoping that we get a white Christmas this year. We're supposed to get some more snow a little bit, like on Wednesday. So all I need is for the slightly warmer temperatures of Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday to kind of come down a little bit so it doesn't melt all the snow that's already out there. And then hopefully we'll have a nice white Christmas because I haven't had one yet since I've been here in Colorado. But yeah, so anyway, Lake Reed hat, I love it. I think it's perfect. It is exactly what I wanted. The cashmere is so soft. The hat fits perfectly. I like the way it looks. And yeah, I'm very pleased with it. And that is my final FO. That I guess you could say that that's my final FO for the year because I won't have anything else finished before the end of the year. I don't think. I mean, I've got 2 weeks left, but nothing else is really in kind of a position to be fully finished. We'll see. Plus, I'm working a lot of overtime, which has been great for the paychecks, but it's been hard. It's been hard not having a lot of free time this December. But I'm not going to complain because I'm still blessed to be able to work, and that it has been such a blessing. So yeah. Let's get into my whips. I have just two. One is something you guys have seen and then didn't see and then saw and then didn't see because it's a sweater that I started and then fell off of and then started up again and then fell off of again. It is my Daybreak. Daybreak? Daybreak. I believe it's called Daybreak. Dark Water. It's called Dark Water, not Daybreak. By Jennifer Steingass. And I started this early in the year. Was super excited about it. It's a colorwork yoke sweater, and so I got the yoke done. Let me get it the right way. There we go. I got the yoke done real quick. Like I made super great progress on it. I'll say it's not quite so neon. I mean, it's a nice bright chartreusey green, but it's not quite as neon as it's looking in the camera right now. But this is out of Chasing Rabbits fiber. In I think this is indigo for the navy, and then this is like colorful October. My local yarn shop has a kind of a deal with Chasing Rabbits where there's a yarn color of the month for them. So I did the yoke as I said, and then I went through the sleeves really fast. And was like, okay, this is great. I just have a little bit left of the body. And then I tried it on, and the sleeves were too tight. So I kind of set it aside for a long time because it was hot in the summer, and it wasn't really, the weather for knitting a sweater. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the sleeves, yada, yada, yada. I finally decided to pick it up. So I have made this much progress. Couple of inches. Like this is where I was the last time I showed it to you guys. So what's that, like 4 inches maybe? So I still have a decent amount on the body because it's gotta go, down to here. But I have made some progress. I'm hoping to get it finished. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do about the sleeves. I may try blocking it aggressively and seeing if that fixes it. It may feel different. Thank you. When the full sweater is done and I try it on, I don't know. We'll see. I had really hoped to lose quite a lot of weight this year. That hasn't quite happened. I'm not gonna beat myself up over that, but so we'll just see how it goes. If I have to reknit the sleeves, I may reknit the sleeves, but I have been making progress on it, and I'm hoping that I will continue to do so. Since I don't currently have any socks on the needles right now, it is nice to have something that is stockinette that I don't have to look at for when we watch movies as a family. I can knit stockinette without looking at it. If there's a pattern involved, then I have to sometimes look at it, and that can be difficult when we're watching something that I have to look at the screen for. So I do like to have just a plain stockinette, something going at all times to work on while we're watching movies and whatnot. I do have one more whip, and this is what I've been spending the lion's share of my time working on because I've been having so much fun knitting it. And it is in this gorgeous bag that I just got from Simply Socks. They had a like a Christmas set. It came with a skein of Vesper sock yarn that I will show you when I get to haul, and this bag and a couple of stitch markers. But I couldn't, like, this bag was adorable. I mean, look at the trees, and this one guy's got his tree. The same on the other side. And then it's got red stripes inside. I just loved it. But this project is amazing. You guys recall, you might even be able to see there's 3 left right there. The 12 Days of Christmas neon Advent calendar that I had gotten. I showed it to you guys in the last podcast. I had no idea what was in it. I just knew it was going to be neon. And I wasn't, I had said in my last podcast that I was afraid that there might be some black involved because neon and black go well together. But I don't like black. So I was taking kind of a chance on it, but I should have read closer because it very clearly says in the description on Etsy that it was a neon gradient. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. So I was originally going to wait until the 25th because the 12 Days of Christmas are like Christmas Day and all the way to January 5th, I believe. And so I was going to do that, but I just couldn't wait. I couldn't have these 12 packages just staring at me. So I decided to open them on the even days, starting on the 2nd to the 24th. So I have opened all but 3. Yes, 3. And they have been amazing. And I decided to cast on right away, and I cast on a Free Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry because I thought it had the right amount of yardage for what I was going to have with these 12 20-gram minis. And it was something that could be faded at any point, and it could get bigger or smaller depending on my whim, if you will. So I went ahead and cast that on, and it has been such a blast knitting. Let me get the right side for you. I'm going to start with the first color, which was this one. Yeah, you could see how when I opened it, I was like, oh, I'm going to love this. So I started with this yellow. This was day 1. It faded into this orange, day 2, and you see how nicely that fades. This was day 3. Is pretty orange, which faded into the 4th one, which was a little bit more darker orange and some pink. And then we got into full pink, and then purple, and then a darker purple, and now we're into blue. So I have got the most awesome rainbowy neon shawl going on right now. I keep dropping it. I am so happy with how it is looking. I just think it is gorgeous. I am fading in. I'm doing it pretty much daily. Like, I'm keeping up with it pretty well. So this is the one I opened up yesterday. So I haven't got that one in completely, but it is faded in, and so this is only a couple of, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 rows before I have to fade in the next color that I will open tomorrow. And I think that it's going to go around too, because this has green in it, and this is starting to have green and some yellow. So I think that we're going to go into the green and end with it's kind of something that would fade into this nicely. So I'm loving it. I think it's going to be an amazing shawl. It's going to be so much fun to wear. Look at how bright and happy it is. I'm so in love with it. This is by Spotted Circus, by the way, which is just an Etsy shop that I literally just did a search for 12-day advents and came across this. I'm so glad that I took a chance on her. It's just been so much fun. I'm really, really loving it. So I do highly recommend that you check out her shop below. She does do a lot with neons. Neons are like her favorite, and that's just a gal after my own heart. So yeah, highly, highly, highly enjoying this. This I do expect to get finished before the end of the year, but this will probably be my final FO, because I'll open up the last one on Christmas Eve, and I should, with having a week, even with working, I should be able to get those last couple of minis in there. And that's it for non-haul content. I've gotten a lot of yarn recently. These sales are just so much. So if you're not into yarn hauls, I fully understand. You're welcome to hop off, but I do have a lot to show you. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am wearing my Hippo for the Holidays sweater. This is my Hippo Scrappy sweater that I knit out of all of the fingering weight Hippo for the Holidays that I had used for 2017 and 2018's knit along. I held them double and just made a basic raglan DK weight sweater, and I get so much wear out of this because it's just comfy and cozy, and you throw it on anything. The only thing that I wear, I think, more than this is my Blue Sands cardigan, which I wear like all the time. But then there's this, and I really love it. It's very, very comfortable. So yeah, so let's get into haul. Okay, so I mentioned that I got this from Simply Socks with some yarn and some stitch markers. Now these are the stitch markers. They're the cutest little trees that you ever did see. And I absolutely love them. I'm going to have my mom, they're proper stitch markers with rings, but I'm going to have my mom turn them into progress keepers, because I don't really use stitch marks. I don't use stitch marks very much. Stitch markers very much. And when I do use them, I just use rings, because I don't like dangly things when I'm knitting. But I do like them for progress keepers, so because they're super cute. I want to use them, but they need to have a little lobster clasp on them. And then this is the yarn that I got with that set. This is Vesper Sock in the 'Tis the Season colorway. Dog's got the zoomies, so she is running back and forth. Is she gonna come back? Nope, she's been distracted. There are times, because we're upstairs. Oh wait, we're upstairs, and so there's times when we'll be sitting downstairs in the living room watching TV, and we will just hear up above our heads. She just runs back and forth. Such a weird dog. Anyway, so 'tis the season. It is a proper Christmas colorway. I think it is like red and green, and red, light green, and dark green stripes, and then there's a speckled stripe where this white is. So it's adorable. I'm super looking forward to it. This will be a Christmas pair of socks. I do, as we know, need to knit 5 more pairs. So I have this one, and then right there are the 2 that I bought from Northwood Fibers that you saw last time. Those will be, and then right there, yeah, right there are the final 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will have my 31 pairs of Christmas socks. I also got 2 pins from the Clever Clove, which has just the cutest little things. So I got these. I think this is like Rocky, who loves her yarn, and then this book with teas. You might notice I like to read a lot, and so I got these. These are all like hand art that she does. This is Henrietta the Hedgehog. That's her mascot, I guess. And so she just draws these things. She's got stickers and maybe patches and different kind of stationery, all with these cute little animals that she draws, and I just love them. She's got these adorable ones. They're almost like snow globes, or like little terrarium type idea. You've got this tiny world in a jar, and it'd be like, the tiny yarn shop or tiny bookstore or tiny coffee shop, and it's super cute. I want to get a bunch of those. But I'm trying not to just buy all the things just 'cause. I'm trying to like make wise decisions. And then I got some stuff from Knitty by Nature because I love her stuff. You saw, well, let me show you these first. So these are stitch markers that I got from her. A little sock, a fox, and then these little acorn guys. Hopefully you can see those clear. And then there were 2 foxes. I've been using one of them on my shawl. So there is my other fox. Yeah, I think they're adorable. So Knitty by Nature she's great at making yarn jewelry. So I highly recommend you check her shop out. And then I got my next row 1 set. This is from Bad Sheep Yarns. So row 1 is, she just sends a set of, she's doing a Carnival of Color sock set. So you get 10 fingering weight minis from a different indie dyer every month. And so this was, I think it was technically November's. So yeah, really enjoy those. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with all of them, but I'm going to hold on to them until I do decide. I think that one of these days I'm going to make another blanket. Wait, one of these days I'm going to finish the blanket I'm working on, and then I might make another blanket using minis. I don't know. There's been a lot of cute little things, and I've been really considering crocheting more, and so there's lots of uses for little minis for that kind of stuff. I also grabbed this. This is actually a Christmas colorway, but I'm not going to use it for socks for me. I'm going to use it for socks for Ron. This is Mustache Yarns, and she does these partial skeins every once in a while. And this was one of them I happened to get a hold of. It is 68 grams, you can see right there, of Father Christmas. And I'm going to make it into socks for Ron. If I have a coordinating heel and toe, I should have enough, hopefully, to make a pair of socks for him eventually. And then I bought a lot of yarn from Eat Sleep Knit. Eat Sleep Knit has a deal every Black Friday. You can you do your order, and when you process your order, you get a surprise discount, anywhere from 10 to 100%. So that means that there's a couple of people there that make their order every day, that every year, a couple of people that make an order on Black Friday that get their full order for free. I've not ever been so lucky, but this year I did get a 20% off, which is significant savings. So I bought a couple of sweater quantities in Malabrigo. First, I got 8 skeins of Mal Rios in this like burgundy, dark burgundy color. It's called Camparista. And it's just a beautiful dark burgundy color. And so I have 8 skeins of that. And then I got 8 skeins of Rios in this beautiful teal color called Teal Feather, which I absolutely love. It's such a deep, vibrant color. So that's 2 sweater quantities. That was the first order. That's the one I got 20% off of. Then we happened to, on Black Friday, go to my local yarn shop, and they had a single skein of one of my favorite Malabrigo colorways, which is Cereza, but they didn't have enough. So I went back onto Eat Sleep Knit, and I bought a sweater quantity of Arroyo, which is a different base. It's a fingering weight base in Cereza. It is such a gorgeous deep red. Now, I did buy a sweater quantity of yarn from my local yarn shop on Black Friday, so don't feel like I went for the online option instead of supporting my brick and mortar, because I did do that, and I showed that to you guys in my last podcast, but it had this hadn't arrived yet. And then just recently, I went back on to Eat Sleep Knit, because you have to understand, they have these great incentives. So Eat Sleep Knit, while it is an online store, it's also a local yarn shop. It's just not local to me. So I am supporting a small business, even though I'm not supporting the one that is closest to me all the time. I want to support all the small businesses, all the yarny mom and pop guys. So this is how I am doing that as well. So I also got 7 skeins in Matisse Blue, and I doubt that the camera is picking up how amazing this blue is. It is like true indigo. Where indigo is like a blue purple, this is that. So it looks very blue in the camera. It is more blue purple. And I am going to make a colorwork sweater with it. And I am going to use the 2 skeins in pearl that I have as the contrasting colors. So these are going to offset each other very nicely, and this is also not as deep as the actual colorway is. It looks more flat on camera, but trust me, these are amazing in real life. Like, you just want to stare at them. They're so pretty. So those are my plans for that. So that is my Malabrigo haul. And then lastly, I have to show you what I have left, or what I've opened of my advent calendar, which I purchased from Bigfoot Fibers. It came on November 30th, which was perfect because then I didn't have to wait very long before I got to open one, because I got to open one the next day, but it was so hard to wait. So I was so excited. And actually, I feel kind of bad because it was supposed to be 24 20-gram minis and then 1 full skein with little tchotchkes and whatnot intermixed amongst the minis. However, like many indie dyers, Sheila of Bigfoot Fibers had issues with her suppliers running out of the minis, and so she ended up sending. There are no little tchotchkes, but instead she sent way too much yarn. Like there's almost twice as much yardage. So there aren't just 20-gram minis. There are some 50-gram half skeins and a couple of full skeins in here because she just couldn't get the stuff from her supplier, which is too bad. Really is too bad. I'm hoping that she still made a profit off of these. Advent calendars, because that's how you run a business, right? But what she has done with the dyeing has been amazing. I've just really loved so much of what she has dyed. So looking forward to knitting with it, and I really recommend that you check out her shop because she is very talented. So let's go over the minis first. All of these are sparkly. We have these 4, which are super sparkly. See, there's no mistaking that those are sparkle yarns. Look at how gorgeous they are. And her colorways have been great. So this is Peppermint Patty. You shoot your eye out, kid. Yippee-ki-yay from Die Hard, of course. And You Sit on a Throne of Lies from Elf. So those are the ones that are super sparkly. And then there are these that are sparkly, but not the super sparkly. Like they're still sparkly, obviously, but they've got like a lighter filigree of sparkle in there. These are, I find, tinsel distracting. So gorgeous. This one, Fragile. It's Italian. This one is Son of a Nutcracker. And this one is Maple Syrup. And Smiling's my favorite from Elf. So I've kind of been holding these all together. I'm thinking that all 5 of these go so well together. I did also get one of her mini sets just a week or so ago, and so I'm thinking like maybe I can take some of these and put them together to make something. These ones I think should go together to make something. So yeah, so those are the 20-gram minis I have. I still have, of course, 6 more to open. Some of them are 20-gram minis. We'll see how it goes. Then I have the 50 grams. And none of these are sparkles. So these are all her Divine Sock. So this nice pale pink is Mama's Little Piggy, which is... I just got that. I didn't make the connection. That's from A Christmas Story. Eating the macaroni, the mashed potatoes. And then, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. I don't know if that's from the days of our lives, but that was something that stuck in my head. I love this speckle one. This nice gray is Triple Dog Dare from A Christmas Story. Oh Fudge from A Christmas Story, which of course he didn't actually say. And then Deranged Easter Bunny from A Christmas Story. This one I love so much. I Feel Grinchy. So these 50-gram skeins I can make a pair of shorty socks out of. So these 2 especially, I'm thinking about doing that. This is the last one. It is a Festivus for the Rest of Us. So pretty. And then, yeah, I know. I've got this one full skein. This is Airing of Grievances. It is so pretty. Such a pretty color. So this is a full skein. And then these were day 1 and day 2. So this is a full skein of that super sparkle sock. It's the same base as these. And it is cotton-headed ninny muggin. And then day 2 was this full skein of silky kid lace. It's a 50-gram skein, and it is so soft. And it is Santa. I know him. Both, obviously, from Elf. So I'm thinking that these need to go together. I'm just not sure what I want to do with them yet. They're so soft, and they are so white and pure, and I just absolutely love them. And I want them to be special. So I'm kind of waiting until I open up everything to see what, because there's at least one more full skein in there, maybe 2, because the 25th or the 24th is supposed to be a full skein. So yeah, we'll just see. But this has been such a blessing, and I really hope that Sheila didn't break the bank on these, because she's too talented to not be able to capitalize on her talent. So yes, but maybe if you guys all order from her because you saw how beautifully she dyes, then maybe that'll make up for it. So yeah. Anyway, I think that is it, guys. Yeah. Remember, if you were the one who got drawn to win that skein of yarn, please give me a message on Instagram or Ravelry, and I will get it out to you ASAP. And have a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrated Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. I know it just ended a couple of days ago. So just have a blessed and safe holiday season, New Year's. I don't think I'm going to be able to podcast before New Year's, so I will see you guys in 2021. Hopefully it will come in wonderfully and stay wonderful all year long. Although 2020 has been a bit of a trying year, there have been so many blessings as well. So hopefully we can all remember that. Love each other. God bless you, and happy knitting.